Hello everyone, and welcome to DreadX Collection 2. An anthology of horror games, all from different developers, I believe also all in a faux retro style. And just as an aside before we get started, I just want to say I think this is a super cool idea. Because the horror genre as a whole has always lent itself to the anthology format, and you always see that in print and in film, but it's really cool to see it done via gaming. I believe I actually made a similar observation with regards to the Haunted PS1 demo disc. But right now, I'm not here for the collection itself, rather one in particular, which you have all suggested, and that's...
Hello, good morning, or maybe good night. Whatever, I can't fucking tell anymore, anyways. I'm sorry to wake you up like this. You're probably wondering how you got here. I won't beat around the bush. Bad news, you are infected. It must have happened during the last testing cycle. The protocol should have been enough to prevent contagious exposure, but, well, maybe those were all bullshit too. It doesn't matter anymore. The good news is that we caught it early enough to do something about it. See that TV in front of you? There's a key on top. Go pick it up.
Okay. Oh, this is cool. There's actually a framing device to tie all of these horror stories together. Many games within one game.
Okay, good. You're still able to follow simple commands and, well, your legs still work. All good signs. Now for the harder part. We're going to have to give you a cognitive kick. That should be enough to jumpstart your natural neural defense mechanisms. In normal circumstances, we'd be able to just recontextualize your inlaid traumas and reintroduce them as false memories through neural implanting, but that's
Cool.
not an option anymore. So I, improvised. See those VHS tapes locked up around you? Use that key to open up one. Then just pop that bad boy into the VCR and, wait. Well, okay, I can't really tell you. It won't work if I do.
So that's how it is. Oh. And I guess we find ourselves inside that classic haunted house from the intro screen. And what's with you? I can see you look like a typical Mary or Saint statue, but between your fingers, between your entirely too many fingers, I can see those red eyes and horrible reptilian mouth. There's a note on the door, too. You can't leave. Not yet. Okay, this is all we already know. And I am certainly going to be playing the rest of this on the channel, but, well, that'll be as much an anthology of videos as this game. A whole bunch of sloppy meat that looks a lot like the chair it's sitting on. Something is holding the door shut. There's just something so creepy about a book, or in this case, a VHS tape, locked with a padlock. So many to choose from. But we've only got one target in mind for today. Squirrel stapler. Hunt squirrels, staple them to a corpse, meet God. And yet it presents as a regular, old-style hunting simulator. Now I'm starting to realize why so many requests to play this game flooded in after playing Hog Hunter 2021. Unlocked tape and comic page, Press inventory to view. What's my inventory? Okay. Way to leave me wanting more. Oh, so I guess we'll actually, as we go through these games, we'll even unlock that entire comic. And I wonder if you won't actually curl back some of your fingers as we go. Look, you've got 2 thumbs and 10 fingers, so I'm thinking that gives us just about 1 digit per tape, right? Oh, we can even turn on the lights, but it's horror movie night and we're not doing that. In we go. Okay, that was a little bit irritating. I had to go switch OBS to this application. But here we are. Looking very much like one of those cheap old hunting sims that you'd get in the discount bin at Cabela's. And it even says on the bottom left, a bargain bin hunting game by David Szymanski. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let's hunt. Ooh. We came here to get away from it all so that our love might blossom. But it's not. Look at my beloved. The flies have made her ugly and rotten. I wish she were beautiful like the squirrels of the wood. And so I will cover her in the squirrels of the wood. What happened to her? Oh, visually, and in terms of the content of those visuals, this is actually reminding me a lot of I Live Under Your House. We just sleep here in our shed with our bucket. What kind of mind are we playing as? Well, let's go forth and hunt, I suppose. Oh, wow. This place is actually quite a bit more spacious than one might think. Saith the goat of the wood, thou shalt not staple squirrels. That's very specific. And also, it seems like there's a religious element to this. Like a Darkwood character, whether these are the machinations of my own mind or something that really is out here. I guess we'll find out. In 5 days, God is coming. Nothing like a ticking clock and an ambiguous message to let my mind run wild with what we'll actually see in 5 days' time. It's time to hunt the squirrels. That happy, upbeat music and bright, cheerful colors. Oh, wow. Our eyes even have a built-in rangefinder. Oh, I wonder if there won't actually be some kind of, rudimentary ballistics modeling? Tip of the day. Use the map, by default tab, to orient yourself. Come back tomorrow for another tip. Oh, I will. What about this in the stand? Nutty Nate's squirrel hunting tips. Running is loud and can scare squirrels away before you even see them. Walk whenever possible. Stay low, by default control, to hide in the foliage and creep quietly. You're practically undetectable if you hide in the weeds. Use your ears. You can usually hear squirrels chattering and moving before you can see them. Your rifle is equipped with a scope. Use it to bag varmints at long range. Okie dokie. Yeah, I played the Hunter Call of the Wild. Poison grass. Do not eat. So is it just this brownish patch, or is it all of it? Okay, I grab the dead raccoon, and apparently get 100 points, and it counts as 1 squirrel. I suppose that works? I mean, raccoons are cool and all. Now, where are these squirrels at? Can we see anything from a distance? No. And we also can't walk while we're sighted. Now, is walking sufficient, or should I actually be crouching everywhere? Wait. Oh, I thought I heard something on my left. See, here's the funny thing. If you had just plopped me in right now, right here, I probably would honestly think it's just a regular hunting sim. Oh, there was something ahead of me, but it's gone now. How good are they at detecting me visually? That's one question. And do they walk around in the trees? Oh, that's weird. Look. Look on the bottom left, how the sprites, like, fold downward when I look up. And when I'm not looking up, for that matter. I can hear the crunching all around, but I don't see them. What is that over there? There's like some kind of, like, pillar on top of this hill. A marker overlooking our cabin. Huh. From this angle, it really does look like the home of the crazy redneck in the woods. Not that it's related, but if you haven't seen it, go watch Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. It's a really great movie. There it is. And I got it. At this range, don't have to worry too much for bullet drop. Although that probably scares everything else off for a good distance. I'm starting to think that whatever's following me in the trees overhead isn't something I need to concern myself with. What I am really concerned with is these trees and the way they just fold as I turn my view. I guess you are a squirrel, just a really big squirrel. And with a happy little skip, we pick it up. There's a tower in the distance. I wonder if we can actually reach it? I keep thinking I see things in my peripheral vision. But with all these moving sprites, it's hard to tell. Is that supposed to be the crunch of leaves overhead, or the crunch of leaves on the ground behind me as if something's following me at my own level? The farther I go, and the more out from under trees I am, the more it feels like that's the case. Oop, animal. Oh, you're just in the wrong spot. Gotta cycle that, and bang. Seems like kind of a large caliber rifle, probably, to be using on squirrels. There we go. Oh man, why don't we just poison the entire forest? Then we'd have tons of them. It seems like this is probably the first day of our journey to do this, but, wifey seems like she's been in a pretty dire state for much longer than this. Oop. Ah, dang it. Yeah, that spotted me visually. But look, it's another one of those towers off in the distance. I wonder just how big this map is actually going to be. Alright, forget you. From the high ground up here, I can maybe spot some more. But from here, I don't see anybody, but I do see that. There you are. Oh, come on, I always forget. There we go. That's 4 out of 5. Now, before we hunt that last one, let's go see what all is going on over here. These pillars are actually all over the forest. I don't really care about finding squirrels right at this very moment. Ooh, and there's a note right next to this thing. Squirrel fact. Squirrels use their tails for many things, including for balance and as a parachute when falling. Is that second thing true? I actually have no idea. Doesn't seem like it would work. Oh, that must be health. Wait, health? Yeah, I've only just paid attention to the fact that I have a health bar. Why would I have a health bar, game? I wonder if this stuff won't also all change depending on the day. I mean, presumably our day concludes when we've collected 5 squirrels. But we'll want to move to high ground and try to get the drop on them. We do have a fast crouch, which is nice. But I hope that one didn't get too far ahead of me. Look at me actually get immersed into my role as the squirrel stapler man, as opposed to actually questioning why I'm doing any of this. But, you know, when in Rome... Oh, there's one. Pretty far away, though. Come on out. I promise you'll serve a much greater purpose with me than just walking around out here like a dumb animal. Okay, should be moving into an opening, and bam! Excellent. Yep, there's more of your buddies. I wonder if there's any benefit to grabbing more. But probably not. Let's see what happens if we pick you up. That's enough squirrels for today. Yeah. I should head back home. Huh, you've just stopped trying to run. Unless you're glitched. Alright, let's make our way back. If I can find my way back. I'm actually kind of tempted to explore a little more. Squirrel fact. Squirrels have 4 sharp toes on their front feet for climbing, and 5 on their back feet. Wow, these are some really interesting squirrel facts. It forks off here. And that looks like brick. I really hope I'm not breaking sequence by exploring this much. But then why would it let me if I'm not able to? Looks like some kind of substation. And that port in the door looks almost like an eye. Like that's the eye, that's the nose, there's the mouth. It's like a sickly face. Report 1. Nothing of note to report. Some marginal abnormalities in readings that went away once I recalibrated. Some odd noises during the night. Probably squirrels. Overall, everything is pretty quiet. Come back tomorrow for another report. So somebody's actively here, and we can't get inside. Actually, as I'm walking back, the thought occurs that if this is just a normal person working out at this station, well, it's entirely possible that we're seeing, much like in I Live Under Your House, a horror story from the reverse perspective, and the noises they heard have something to do with me. I mean, it's pretty clear my character is a few bones short of a brigade. Ooh, there's something here as well. Squirrel fact. Squirrels can eat their body weight in food every week. So can I. Ow! Okay, this weird stone formation harms me. Worth noting, actually took a good chunk out of my health pretty quickly. Here's another one of these. Squirrel fact. Squirrels can sometimes run at speeds of up to 20 miles an hour. Oh, these things are so fascinating. But it's very clear from that they're actually the superior beings, and we need to eliminate them before they eliminate us. There's our home. Our lovely home. And inside awaits our lovely wife. And once she's squirrel stapled, we'll have a lovely life. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for. Press Action, default left mouse, to staple the squirrels to your beloved. Take that, press F to pay respects. God, that sound was horrible. There we go. And now we can rest. I suppose I see the logic of it. These ideas connect, but no individual component makes sense. You are sleeping, says the pixelated squirrel. Today I must hunt the big squirrel. Which is good because it seems 2 more have fallen prey to the poison grass. Now what's our tip of the day? Use the call, default F, to track and lure large herbivores. Did I make that noise? That's the kind of thing that makes me wonder what my wife looked like alive and what I look like right now. I don't know if it saw me. There we go. Now, I'm supposed to get the big squirrel, but if a game told me I had to hunt a big squirrel, these standard guys that are just running around are probably what I would expect to see. And given the nature of this game, I'm kind of starting to wonder, just how big are we talking here? There's one. Come on, out from behind the trees now. Any moment, and kablamo. Squirrel fact. Although squirrels mostly eat nuts, seeds, and fruit, they have been known to eat insects, bird eggs, and even animal carcasses. Fascinating. It's a good thing we're killing you before we bring you to the animal carcass I'm trying to make you a part of. Sort of like an animal carcass megazord, really. Oh, there's one. Bang. Huh, why was that not a hit on you? Okay, well that was. Maybe it was just like an issue with the tree hitbox? But we have only 1 bullet, and something tells me it might take more than 1 to bring down whatever this big squirrel is. Also, how do you just wake up one morning and just know, today I need to hunt the big squirrel? I mean, just what is the big squirrel? And it's something you just felt the inclination to go after, or did you already know it was out here? In any case, I'm kind of curious to test the behavior of whistling on a regular squirrel. I know there's one behind this rock. Well, it makes you stop moving at least. Bang, we shoot you, and then what? Let's load up our next round. And what happens if we go over? We get you, we get more points, but it doesn't otherwise do anything. We need to find the big XL. Now what happens if we make our way up to here? I don't think this is the same one we were at before, is it? No, 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 no. The Lady, Part 2. Oh, I didn't find this the first day. Actually, tell you what, instead of restarting right now, a more time-efficient way to do this would probably be, I'll record that last, and then I'll just read them starting from now and splice the first one in at the beginning. Once, there was a lonely artist who lived by himself in the woods. Desiring to ease his loneliness, he saved his meager earnings and purchased a fine paintbrush crafted from the hair of a beautiful woman. The artist loved his paintbrush so much that he used it to paint the woman who had given her hair for its creation, as he imagined she must look. He was then informed that, due to a terrible mix-up, the hair had actually come from a wild boar. The artist was inconsolable, and spent his days weeping and taking his portrait on long walks in the rain. On one of these walks, he encountered an old woman who said, "Ah, young man, I can see the reason for your despair. Come with me." For a few pennies, she said, his treasured painting could be brought to life. The artist was overjoyed, and the spell was cast. Only then did he remember that he had only painted the woman from the waist up. Oh, that's the mark of a good horror story, that moment of realization. Vengeful ghost squirrel. Well, obviously I want to staple that sucker. Where is he? Presumably they can hurt me too. What does that do for me? I imagine those will attack if they spot me, but as kind of expected, you don't leave a body behind. Will walking into the middle of this hurt? No, not this one. But I still have no idea what it wants from me as far as this big squirrel. I mean, I've been calling out. There we are. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Now the question is, will you come to me, or do I have to come to you? Coming into here can probably reduce my visibility, and not by a lot. There you are, the big chungus. Blam! But mercifully, you go down in one hit. Oh my, what a prized trophy. And also fascinating to science. Maybe you were the weird sound they were talking about. And a vengeful squirrel ghost. Let's grab you. That's enough squirrels for today. Well, I'll decide when it's enough squirrels for today. We can't go just yet, though. First of all, I need to get some ammo, and second of all, I need to find that base. Actually, let's try our map for the first time. Tab. Oh, wow. Yeah, so I guess those question marks are the bases, points of interest. But if I keep following this, we'll get there. There's something just so darkly humorous about having an arcade-style points counter on the top right. Let's see this report. Small abnormal readings still occurring with odd regularity. Well, if things happen with regularity, are they really abnormal? Recalibrating always fixes them, but they come back the next day. I also keep finding dead squirrels outside the door. Well, don't hog them all for yourself. Looks like maybe an animal is leaving them. But I'm noting it as per my instructions. Okay, so every day we have to visit each of these two stations. And also be on the lookout for more that might be out here. I brought you some more. Actually, let's read this. I don't want squirrels. I want skin. Give me back my skin. Or give me yours instead. That's legitimately terrifying, the thought of this rotten mass on the wall writing an angry letter to me while I was away. These squirrels are so nice. Come on, look, we got so many So many. I don't know which of these is the big squirrel. I guess I'm keeping that one for myself because I'm a bad husband. Won't even give up my own skin. You know, even though it's just a game, I feel like I can smell this getting worse. It's really weird because what makes this so scary is that I can imagine it from an outside perspective. Someone coming upon this can almost understand the logic of it in a way, even if the logic itself makes no sense. More of you guys, and we need another chunk. Something was scratching on the windows last night. I should look for tracks. These are not squirrel tracks. Something out there is hunting me. Well, that's not a large herbivore, so we're gonna have to get up there and find it. Be careful. Rifle noise travels far and can attract large predators. I wonder if I should hunt it down or just try to avoid it. Oh, there it is. There it is. It spotted me. Shoot it. Shoot it. You're not dying! Huh. You know, maybe I'm not crazy, because clearly there's strange things going on here. I need to find some health ASAP. But yeah, the thing that's so disturbing, I think, about playing the role of this person is that, I don't know, being placed into this mindset where you're forced to engage with it, forced to engage with the logic. Well, it almost reminds me of that show Hoarders. I mean, obviously this is on a completely different level from those people, but it's the kind of thing that makes me think about how, like, you know, you watch that and you're like, how can anybody live like this? And then once you understand it, you're like, wow, like we're only one crossed wire or one persistent belief away from this. Let's hear more about that artist. And, well, now that I think about it, that one note was left by the researcher. Who's leaving these? The Lady, Part 3. The newly created half-woman screamed and wailed, clawing her way in circles around the room as blood poured from the bottom of her torso and entrails flopped around in tangles. The artist sobbed and looked to the old woman, who was examining the pennies he'd given her, unfazed. She caught his gaze, shrugged, and said, "I reserve a special spell for these circumstances." She pointed to an axe mounted on the wall. You really know how to keep a guy engaged. Oh, a big one! And here comes you. Yep, there's plenty to defend ourselves against out here. I wonder what happens if I die. I really, really need to find some health quickly. There we go. Of course, every time we do that now, we'll have to look around to see if we've gotten anything's attention. Squirrel fact. Squirrels break down their food with a structure called gastric mill, which is located in their stomach. Huh, so food is digested in the stomach. How interesting. Now, let's see if this guy, my other eyes in the woods, has reported anything. There's something in the woods here that we didn't expect. I keep finding tracks. And I hear it at night, moving through the foliage and scratching on the concrete. In the morning, there are squirrels outside the door, with their limbs all pulled off and their heads twisted around. dozens of them. I'm requesting a call for instructions on how to proceed. Yeah, whatever they're paying you, buddy, it's not enough. Is all this a punishment from the goat god for my squirrel stapling habits? I swear I have a good reason. Here we go, here's some health. And we only need one more squirrel before we can call it a day. Man, that thing really knocked a lot out of me. I think I hear something. Oh, it's you. Bang. The fewer of you around, the better. I don't know if the spawns are persistent. Every time I hear that crackling now, I won't know if it's one of you. I don't know if it's a set number of spawns per map. But there's one more. Bang. Oh no. Oh no, it's another one, 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 it's another one. I know there's another one of these things around here, but I need to claim my prize. Where is it at? I can't even see where that's... Oh, there's that squirrel. I don't see it or hear it now, but I'm still going to be careful. Okay, that's enough. Don't need any more. All these logs look like it. I should head back home. I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do about these things. I mean, the last one, I landed 2 bullets to the face. Now we need to head to the southeast, which is exactly where we're going. Yeah, I'm ready to head home now, but excuse me while I break for lawnmowers. Alright, literally had time to go eat lunch in the meantime. Such an eerie moment after spending so much time listening to the trees and the birds. When you step inside and can't hear anything at all. Only thing we have... Hi! Hey, dear, Who put you here? Enjoying your mold? I'm gonna go check if you left me a note, okay? Just what is going on while I'm away? Okay, there you go. That should do you just fine for a little while longer. Good holy God, the way my heart stopped when I rounded that corner. But then again, good holy God is nothing to do with this place, except for the goat god. Huh. You came back to bed. Good to know. You know, the darker and more disturbing this gets, the darker and more disturbing the upbeat nature of the game itself actually becomes. If you're being attacked, use circle strafe tactics and dodge around obstacles. Okay, that's not comforting. That's not quite the trick I was hoping for. Only one poisoned squirrel in the morning. And we're gonna have to find the rest. Oh, come on. How is that a miss? Boom. Hit a moving target. Squirrel fact. Squirrels are always watching. That was really funny how I turned around and it almost looked like the trees all tried to act natural. Oh, is that the big one? There you are. Very glad to be getting all this so early, but I think I heard something behind me. And I want to get out of dodge before it sees me. I have no ammo left to get that other guy. And now there's a note up in the rocks. Yeah, I'm scaring you all. Squirrel fact. Squirrels are capable of hating you. Well, the feeling is mutual. I hear a bad thing. I hears a bad thing. Okay, let's get... No! No. Keep going. Break line of sight. It definitely knows I'm here. I gotta break line of sight. There we go. But just how far can it hear me? Nope, it's coming for me. This whole strafe tactics thing, I don't think it's gonna work. Nope. Yeah, okay, so the conclusion I've reached is that there is nothing I can actually do about you. If you see me, you are going to hurt me. Squirrel claws are sharp enough to tear out eyeballs. I believe you. Oh, there's another one. I'm dead. It's between me and the health. I'm dead. There's another squirrel right there. Squirrel bear. Why do you have to explode? As soon as I fire, it's gonna come for me, so I need to just do that. Run. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And once we get you, then I have to find those stations. Ah. Okay. That's enough squirrels for today. I just have to get some ammo and find these stations. But I'm in the worst possible spot. Alright, what did you learn on day 4? It's in the walls now. In the concrete. Looking for my brain. It can't find it because my brain is inside my skull. But it will. It will peel away the skin and bone to get inside. When my brain is taken, I will come for you. I will break you open. I will take yours instead. I'm in the shadows now. I'm seeing you cower. You're already stretched apart into pieces. Your head is already twisted off the spine. Come back tomorrow for another report. Squirrels delight in causing pain. Well, that actually kind of makes what I'm doing a little bit less morally ambiguous, don't you think? I mean, it's kind of a public service. Oh. Wait. What is that? Going for a walk, are we? What are you doing out here? Just what is going on here? I honestly expected something to happen. Oh, I can hear that thing. I can hear it. I gotta go. Okay, I'm gonna try to fight you. Yep. You seem fairly stuck. Boom. Okay, it's 3 shots. 3 shots to blow you sky high. And with that, this neck of the woods is a little bit safer. Unless another one is coming, in which case I can't kill it. Yes, I can. And let's finally learn more about this lady. The artist lifted the axe, tears streaming down his face. The half-woman continued to scream and claw. He brought the axe down. Her left arm rolled across the floor, and still she screamed and writhed. He brought it down again, separating her skull into 2 parts. And somehow still she screamed. Again the axe came down, and again, and again, and again, until she screamed no more. I can hear it over there. But there's no reason for us to engage with this, right? Now there is. Nope! We can't actually... You need to be stuck for us to kill you. Otherwise, there just isn't enough time. Oh, no harm done. Let's see if she got home before me. Not hungry today, it seems. Maybe I'll have to go back and find her again. Maybe I got lucky, knowing where she is. Nope. How's your walk, dear? Seems like you made some friends. I brought you some more. Your fur coat is coming along nicely. One more day. One more day and we get to see what this was all about. God is coming today. I can't wait to meet him. Oh, it's just making fun of me at this point. Good luck. Okay, well, a head start of 2 squirrels. Definitely wanted me to see this thing. There are more squirrels than you have bullets. And you have made him very, very angry. Well, Goat God, if that is the god we're referring to, we've got problems. Yeah, the hitboxes are very, very weird. There we go. There's one. Now here's you. Yep, there's literally nothing we can do about you now. We just have to take the damage. Well, if we keep heading northwest and don't run into another one of those things, then we can heal up at the station and finally learn the final story. But there comes something. We need a wide open area to engage. Angry squirrel ghost, no more. And now let's see the final chapter. The artist's ears rang as he turned to the old woman and said, "What is this unspeakable horror that you have brought to me? How can I ever escape what has been done here? What penny spell can you cast to conjure good from this?" And the old woman examined the bloody mess and said, "Well, young man, this will make a mighty fine stew." And so they made a stew from the remains. But it was poison, and they both died. Art will eventually destroy the artist. The end. You know, I'm starting to think this is maybe an allegory for the creator. I mean, once you've gotten to the point of making something like this... I mean, imagine telling your family you're a game developer and then showing them this. Pretty close. Only need 2 squirrels, technically. And there's one right there. Probably scare away the big one, though. There's one of you. Bang. This is actually a perfect vantage point. And... dang, no, come on. 1 bullet left. Bang. But now we're empty. There you are. And line it up, and... oh, come on. And... bang. And I don't hear anything coming for me, but we should probably leave the point where we made the sound as quickly as possible. And there we go. God is coming in 2 minutes. I must prepare to meet God. Wait. I didn't know there would be a timer. I have to go read the last report. Unless I'm supposed to go home? Oh, what do I do? I'm just gonna go home. I have a feeling I'm gonna need more ammo if I'm to meet God. What is this? Yes, he is. One way or another. I don't even know what to say! I win! Okay, so... that was Squirrel Stapler. And wow, I have to say, that was really good at what it set out to do, if what it set out to do was be really, really disturbing. All in the package of an old, like, early 2000s hunting sim, but, like... man, what I really like the most about it is how it forces me to just unquestioningly accept this incredibly disturbing situation. Much like the game I mentioned before, I Live Under Your House, it derives its horror from forcing you into the mindset of an insane and deranged person. But man, just those little bits of, like, similar insanity throughout the forest, the wondering if you're not just some crazy person, but not really being able to even question that because since you're in this role, everything you see and experience seemingly confirms what you're thinking. And it makes you wonder what you would look like from an outside perspective. I mean, even that little bit of sanity from the corner station very quickly gives way to what could be more of our own delusions, suggesting that the whole thing was that, or suggesting that there really is something going on in this neck of the woods. And I like how so many of those scares are just you noticing things. Noticing that your wife is not where you left her. I mean, sure, that note could have been scrawled by us in our delirium, but... well, the other stuff is a bit harder to explain. And that final scare, after everything, after we've been left to picture what this god is for the entire time, just knowing from that note in the beginning that there is an all-powerful entity and we have made it very angry with our actions. That whole final segment was just that rising, unspecific terror that you might feel in a dream, or, in this case, if there's something severely mentally wrong with you. And in the end, it never told us whether the god arriving was one of our own delusions, whether it's something we wanted, whether it was something we didn't want, or if it was even related to the squirrel stapling to begin with. It's just disordered thinking, the simulator. Disordered Thinking stapler. Well, I'm definitely going to be playing the rest of the games in this collection at some point, but until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.